Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and here today with another beautiful piece of pre-owned inventory. This one is a 2009 911 Carrera S. There's a few things that make this one significant. I'll talk in some general terms and then dive into some specifics about it. The most striking thing is the color. This is Porsche Racing Green. Really cool color and quite rare. Was only available for a couple of years in kind of series production, though you can get it now as a paint to sample color if you were to order a new car as well. And I love it. I think greens are, they're very in right now. We're definitely seeing a lot of interest in green cars. This one is really deep, really interesting. I think it looks awesome. And we see so many, black, white, silver cars. They're great, Porsches look great in those colors, obviously, and easy to sell down the road, all of these things, mass appealing. But I love when we have a little bit more color, something a little bit more unique. All of our cars are unique, and I wholeheartedly believe that, but a little splash of colors is appreciated, and the greens are awesome. So I would say that's the most striking thing about this one. Significantly, as a 2009, it's the first year of the 997.2 iteration of the 911, so that means quite a few things. More power, firstly. So it has 385 horsepower, quite a bit in this package, and it was upgraded to have direct fuel injection, which is what kind of led to that horsepower bump. These ones are a little bit more reliable, frankly speaking, than the ones they replaced, 997.1. There were a couple of mechanical things that could pop up with those cars that you just didn't see anymore when they went to the direct injection in the 997.2. Some stylistic changes as well. Front bumper headlights, that changed. The rear, the taillights changed too. They are LED taillights now. For my preference, I think they look a lot nicer too. I really prefer the 0.2 versions of the 997. As well, inside, some changes there. The steering wheel changed. The infotainment system, the PCM, was changed. Touchscreen now. Bluetooth functionality was added as an option as well. And then, very significantly, the transmission. In the years prior, you could get the manual transmission, or you could get a Tiptronic automatic, which was serviceable. It was fine if you didn't want to switch your own gears, but not necessarily the most performance-oriented gearbox. That changed in a very significant way in the 997.2 when it introduced the PDK, the Porsche dual clutch transmission that we're still using today, and is awesome. Very much a performance-focused transmission. You can just put it in drive and it'll function like an automatic, but a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot quicker shifting, much more, sport-oriented drive. And then if you do want to take over and shift yourself, very satisfying, lightning quick shifts. The whole concept there being that there's two clutches at work. So when you, push that button or move the lever, however you're doing it, to engage the next gear, it's effectively already spinning, already pre-selected, so that it engages super quick, and it's just a lot more satisfying to drive than a conventional automatic transmission. So those are the big kind of upgrades you see when you go to the 997.2. Let's talk a little bit more about this one in particular. We went over the color, again, awesome. I really like. I'm anxious to see it. When we're done here, we'll move it upstairs, and it'll be under the showroom light. Should look pretty cool up there. These wheels are a 19-inch, they're the Carrera S2 wheel. I think they look great on the car. This one also has a colored center crest. You can do the black and silver or the full color. I think when you have a car in a color, better to do the color crest as well. The black and silver ones work fine on kind of a monochrome design if you've got a silver or black car or something, but on a color, with the color, it just looks good. And then let's move on to the inside of this one. This one has the full sand beige interior. Definitely goes well with the green on the outside. Bit of a throwback scheme there, I would say. And content-wise in there, let's see, we have the comfort power seats. So you've got power controls for forward, back, up and down, recline angle, all that kind of stuff. A lot of our sports cars end up optioning with the manual seats, which are nice. They're lighter weight, and they work quite well on my own cars. I've ordered them, but the power seats definitely give you a little bit more of a luxury feel in there. As well, the auto-dimming mirrors, heated seats in this one as well, significantly heated steering wheel, which you couldn't do in years prior either. So nice to see, especially in our climate. And then the sunroof, there's a few different options with those, right? This one has the metal opening roof. All power, no light, right? It's not a glass roof, it's metal, and it does open. If you press that button, it'll let a little bit of light and air in, and it does, physically come all the way back. It doesn't just tilt. Also the Sport Chrono Plus, which means you do have that stopwatch on the dash, as well as the Sport Plus drive mode. So you'll have your default driving mode that it'll be in when you start the car. When you press the Sport button, it'll kind of, the shifts will be a little bit later, throttle a little bit more sensitive. Sport Plus dials that up even further, makes it kind of as sporty as it can be for more kind of track-oriented driving, and gives you the launch control, which that PDK allows also you couldn't do before. This would have been the first year that you can have launch control if you option Sport Chrono, which this one's got. What else? Any other options I wanted to mention? Oh, it does have the Bluetooth. I mentioned that was optional in this year. This one is equipped with that. Also should note the mileage on this guy. It's got about 45,000 kilometers, so really quite low for the year, but also not none. It has been driven a little bit, which is nice to see. When the cars are never driven, they tend to see more maintenance issues, to be honest with you. So a little bit of use is always nice. This one was very clearly well cared for, though. Came from a good home. We purchased it, well, took it in on trade, I believe, actually from a customer out in BC. It comes from Vancouver, so it wasn't exposed to the same gravel and stuff that we are here with all the rock chips and things, so the paint really looks quite good. We spent a little bit of money on it and reconditioning, as we always do. I think it was about $4,000, just some general maintenance stuff. So new tie rods, a few things, alignment, just basics. There was nothing glaring that was clearly missed. I think that pretty well sums it up. So I guess in summary, awesome car. 997.2 is kind of a sweet spot, right? It's still a little bit more analog than the current generation, a little bit smaller, a little bit bumpier, a little bit more engaging. Some people will tell you than the modern one. So if you like that, this is exactly right. You still have all the power that you can want. You still have Bluetooth. You have touchscreens. You have all that in kind of a smaller, tighter package, depending who you're talking to. So if that is you, if this one speaks to you, please do pay us a visit, give us a call, learn a little bit more about it. And as I mentioned, it'll be upstairs on display if you want to come take a closer look. Thanks very much for watching.